Good morning, YouTube. What's up, guys? April the 14th, 2 more weeks to go in the month. Well, a little bit over 2 weeks, but 2 weeks already gone in the month of April. It's Sunday. I'm at the grocery store about to go get some dinner for tonight and enjoy this Sunday. I actually have a consultant to do tonight with a follower from YouTube. She's in Texas, and that's going to be interesting and fun. And that's about it, man. So, today just chilling off, enjoying the Sunday like I always do. Really can't enjoy the outside because it's raining. We got a lot of tornado warnings today in this area of Atlanta and surrounding areas. But, man, I was talking to a cleaner this morning. Cleaner hit me up. He wanted to be interested in coming to my network seminar this Friday, April the 19th. So far, I got about 10 people coming. That's good. I was shooting for about 15, but hey, 10 is better than nothing. Thanks, man. And so I'm talking to this cleaner this morning, and he said he's been in the business for 3 years, and we were talking, and he said, well, Courtney, I look at all these other companies, man. He said, I look at all these other companies, man, they got all these trucks and, 30 and 40 trucks and 50 trucks and this and that. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's good. A lot of these companies do, these multi-truck operations do have a lot of trucks, a lot of employees. It's fine. And he said, man, that's why I want to be, man. That's why I want to be, man. I don't want to clean. I don't want to clean. I want to have a bunch of trucks, and I want to have people going out there doing the work for me. And I said, you know what? That's fine. You can do that if you really want to do it. And I said, but let me ask you a question. What are you doing now in your business? And I asked him how long he's been in business. He said, I've been in business for 3 years. I said, okay. And just started getting more in-depth research. And I asked him, I said, well, how many trucks do you have now? He said, I just got one. I said, okay, one truck. I said, how many employees do you have? He said, oh, it's just me, and sometimes I take my brother with me. I said, okay. And then I started asking him, now we started getting into the money. So I asked him, how much was he making per job, his prices, how much was he making? Sorry guys, for some reason this phone keep going in and out, but asking him how much he was making per year. And he's doing very, very, very minimum numbers. And I said, you know what? I said, you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of growth ahead of you. But I said, one of the main reasons that most people don't grow, most people don't reach their potential, is why they focus on what other people are doing. They focus on what other cleaners are doing, what other carpet cleaner companies are doing. And I see that a lot. I see that a lot on social media, talking to other cleaners. Oh man, this company got 50 trucks. This company's got this, and this company's got that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what about you? What about your company? What is your company doing? Guys, all I'm saying is, when you spend energy, when you spend your thought process worrying about what another company is doing, especially when it can't do you any good, especially when you can't learn from it, it can't help you in your business, you're really wasting time, you're wasting energy, and you're also wasting your thinking, because all that can go towards your company. And my thing is, I just want to help some of you people in business understand is that sometimes we focus, you focus on the wrong thing. You focus on what other people are doing instead of focusing on what you should be doing, what your company should be doing. And I've been in this industry going on 20 years, guys. Okay. I know some people say, oh man, you 38 years old, you don't look, you don't look like you're 38. Yeah, I'm 38 years old. 2 more years I'll be 40. I try to do my best to take care of myself. And but the point I'm trying to get to, I've been in this industry since I was 19 years old, a teenager. And I worked for a lot of companies. Okay, I worked for probably over 10, 11 companies. And with a lot of these companies, and especially the last three companies I got with, I was able to be like right there, like see everything, see how a company was started, from the credit, finance and equipment, hiring employees, paying employees, the overhead. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Everything that glitters ain't gold, and sometimes salt looks just like sugar. Okay, what I'm saying is that don't get fooled by these companies. Don't get fooled by what you think you see, because what you think you see, you really don't see. Okay, working for these companies, it really opened up my mind to basically try to see. I'm just, and then this is just me and my opinion. I like to keep it small and simple, because when I keep it small and simple, it makes my profit higher. Okay, you know, I can go buy 2 or 3 more trucks right now if I wanted to, but I just choose not to, because, you know, right now I don't need it. A lot of times we get things that, you know, especially in our business, you know, we don't need. You know, for example, I mean, and again, I know people say, oh, Courtney, you're kind of contradicting yourself, but I'm talking about business. You know, yes, you don't need a $100,000 car, but to me, that's, you know, that's a whole nother subject. But when I see companies that have 3, 4, 5 vans, and you drive past their shop and only 1 or 2 of the vans are going, and every time you drive past the shop, like, okay, why aren't these vans moving? These vans are insured. These vans cost you money. You know, why aren't these vans going to work? So I don't want to put myself in the position of having vans just to say I have vans. And I've seen that a lot. I've seen a lot where I've seen some of my local competitors, local cleaners, sorry, I don't like to use the word competitors because I don't have competitors, but I've seen some of the local companies that have multi-trucks, and they just sit there, you know. But when you talk to them, the first thing they say, well, I got 5 vans, I got 8 vans, I got 3 vans. So to me, they're doing it more, instead of doing it or having those vans to put them to work, they have them just to say I have multiple trucks. And that's what I don't want to have trucks just to say I'm a multi-truck operation. I try to do any and everything I can to maximize myself, maximize my business. That's why I got me a helper this year. That's why I raised my prices this year. That's why, you know, I added my folders. I'm always trying to do something to maximize what I already have. And a lot of cleaners that I talk to, they just don't maximize. They don't maximize what they already have in their hand. You know, they worry about what other cleaners are doing. They're worrying about what these, you know, these big national brand companies are doing. Like, guys, you have to realize, you should not be comparing yourself to a national company. It's 2 different playing fields. These companies are not your typical carpet cleaners. These companies are more of marketing companies. They just market carpet cleaning because carpet cleaning is just it's a great industry. It's a great business. But these companies are not your true traditional carpet cleaners. They don't really do what we do. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, most of these companies in my area, they don't even have vacuums on their trucks. I mean, like, how can you be a carpet cleaner and don't even have a vacuum on your truck? So that tells me a lot. These companies are just marketing companies, you know, and you see them on TV, you hear them on the radio. That's their job, is to keep the vans moving. They can care less. That's why you can go get hired by one of these companies and ride with someone for a week, and then next week you're in the truck by yourself. That's crazy to me. It's like, no one, I would, if you came to work with me, it will take at least 6 months to a year before I put you on a truck. But these companies are throwing guys on the trucks within 2 or 3 weeks. So it's not about the carpet cleaning. It's about basically turning over numbers, just what we call quantity. It's just doing jobs, just doing jobs. That's what these companies do, and that's why these companies continue to market so much, because they understand that a large amount or percentage of people that use them, they're not going to use them anymore. So that's why they go in, they upsell, they try to make as much money as possible, because they know that most of these customers that use them, they're not going to call them back. So we have to get as much as we can once we get in the door, because there's a high chance these customers might not call us back. But when you use someone like a local guy like myself, it's totally opposite. It's more personable. You got the owner on the job. You got, it's just a different experience. So guys, if you're in business, focus on you, focus on what you have, focus on what you're trying to do. Worrying about what somebody else is doing, worrying about what another company is doing, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And it's a waste of your thinking, you know. And back to what I was saying earlier is when I work for these companies, man, you would be, man, I'm telling you, you would be surprised how many of these companies were like taking out loans and using everything was based off of credit cards and credit. And I seen companies, that will like take these loans like to pay employees. Like, you taking out a loan to pay your employees, and like, because they didn't have it. And they have all, you know, these systems and these companies that will loan them money, and they will have to pay it back when, you know. You know, I just never want to be, you know, be like that. You know, that's why I always say, guys, I would rather stay small and simple than, like I said, try to be a company or be something, you know, where it's out of my control. You know, I can't control everything. And again, it's either way, there's no right or wrong. You just have to decide what's best for you, what you're trying to do. I don't mind getting on the truck, as you guys can see. You know, I don't mind doing the work myself, as you guys can see. But again, some people are different. Some people say, I don't want to be on the truck, I want to have employees. So you just have to understand that there's a good and there's a bad with both sides. You know, it just, which side do you want, which side fits you better. It fits me better, you know, to do the job, just because of, you know, the person that I am. I just want everything to try to be, I want, you know, I just can't go in and just get in and get out. You know, I like talking to my customers. I like letting my customers know that when they use us, they're in good hands. You know, and that's just who I am. But at the end of the day, focus on you, focus on your company. Stop worrying about what these other companies are doing, because sometimes what you think they're doing, they're not doing. Okay, I'm telling you that. I'm not telling you that just to be telling you that. I'm telling you that because, again, I've been in this industry for 19 years, going on 20 years. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I can tell you what I've seen with my own two eyes. And, you know, I always tell guys this: every company that I worked for before I started my own business back in 2008, every company that I worked for, guys, they were all multi-truck operations. And don't you know, every last one of those companies now are out of business. They're closed down. So I tell guys that, you know, think about it. I worked for 10 companies before I started my own, and 10 years ago. And every last one of those companies are out of business. So shouldn't that tell you something? Shouldn't that, you know, like, you look at these my phone, I don't know, you look at these big companies, and, you know, a lot of guys don't understand, these are like investors. These are a whole bunch of investors that invest in these companies. Like I said, these guys don't know what we know. They don't understand what we understand. They know how to invest money, they know how to start businesses, you know, but they're not your true traditional cleaners. You know, they can care less if Mrs. Smith is happy or not. What they care more about is, how much did you get out the customer? How much was the ticket? You know, that's what most of these companies care about. So all I'm saying to guys is focus on you, focus on what you're trying to do. How much money does it take to start your business? Well, again, bro, it depends on what you're trying to do. When I first started my business, I started my business with $5,000, which can't get you that much in this business. So all my marketing was cheap marketing. It was offline marketing. I was putting out signs and you know, flyers, which is really can't do anymore because things have changed since I started my business. There was you know, I don't know if Facebook was around. If it was, but it wasn't, you know, the way it is now. Definitely it wasn't Instagram, YouTube. I mean, everything now is just in your phone, in your hand, your computer, your iPads. So when I first started, I had $5,000. I bought a portable for like 1,500 bucks. I financed a van, and the rest of the money was like getting road signs and flyers. No website back then. Then start out with a website. So with that being said, when I started my business, the way I started my business and I operated in my business, I can only attract a certain customer. At the time that, if I can go back, I probably would have worked for another company for longer and save more money, knowing what I know now. But when I started then, a lot of these bad habits I learned from those companies, because again, those companies were not your traditional carpet cleaners. Those companies were the companies that just how much can we make in one day? How much can we make on one job? So I tried to and like most cleaners, we work for these companies because we see how much money they're making, but we don't understand what they're really doing. We don't understand how much money. One company I used to work for, guys, they would sub out all these works to like anybody, like guys like me, in pickup trucks, in cars, and they would pay us like 35%. And man, this guy was spending like 20 grand, 20 grand a month on just flyers, just sending out flyers in the AJC. And so you ask yourself, can someone like you and me do that? No, you can't. And that's what these, and again, this, so if he's spending 20 grand, he got to make sure he make his money back. Plus he had, a receptionist answering the phones and a facility that we went to every day. I mean, it cost him money. So again, his main focus was not worrying about, was Miss Jones happy with the services. His main focus was, how much money did you gotta get out of Miss Jones? Because that's what they used to tell her. That's what they used to teach us. Make as much money as possible. This one company I first started, before I get off, guys, this one company I started working with, when I first started, we used to do 5 rooms for 35 bucks. That was $7 a room. This guy used to tell us, if you cannot get at least $100 out the customer, you cannot work here. That's what they used to tell us. We used to have these meetings every morning about how to sell. And they used to say some crude things that, I mean, like, he used to always say, take the customer and turn them upside down and shake every penny you can get out of them. I'm like, huh? But that's what their business model was. And again, when a guy like the guy who called me this morning, he don't understand that that's what some of these companies practice. That's what some of these companies preach. Are you trying to do that? Or are you trying to follow that same business model? And if you're not, you shouldn't be worrying about what they're doing. So that's why I say, man, it's like, find who you are, understand who you are, understand what your business stands for, and just focus on that. So how do you learn the trade of carpet cleaning? Well, I will say, I mean, the best way to do is find a reputable company in your area that you can maybe work for. They do have classes. I also offer a 3-day ride along. I had a guy named Josh that came from Florida about a month ago, rode with me for 3 days. I do that. I offer that. So it's probably something I'm going to offer maybe 2 or 3 times a year, because it's a lot of time that goes into it. So Josh was my first ride along trainee this year. So maybe I might do 1, maybe 2 more this year, if you guys want to do it. I think there's one guy in California said he's interested. But maybe find a company that, like I said, you can work for. But again, make sure it's a reputable company, because if it's a company that, again, they don't care about cleaning, all they care about is making money, you're not going to learn how to clean properly. Like I said, most of these companies in my area, they don't even have vacuums on their trucks, so it's not about the cleaning, it's about how much money can we make. You can do an IRCRC certification, find a place where you can get that, and you're just basically getting the fundamentals. You're not really getting the experience. That's why Josh came and rode with me for 3 days, because he wanted the real life experience, not just in the classroom. So it's a lot of ways you can go about it, but you just have to make the best decision for you and what you're willing to do, and also what your funds can do for you at the time. But yeah, man, it's a great business. I will say that it's a great business. if you do it right and you understand what you're doing. And like I said, you know, if you want to be a multi-truck, you know, and make as much money as possible, just do it right. You know, I tell guys like this: if you're going to be a low-end cleaner, if you're going to be a $99 whole house cleaner, you have to be in and out. I mean, how many times do you clean the filters? I don't know what you're talking. But you know, if you're gonna be a cleaner like myself, someone who really cares, you have to care. You know, you have to show your customers you care. That's why I call my customers back the next day or 2 days later to ensure that they're happy with my services. That's just my business model. So whatever business model that you practice or you want to do, you have to make sure you do it right. Don't be a low end cleaner trying to give high cleaner results, or trying to, you know, be the best cleaner, because the money that you're making isn't going to match up. You know, vice versa. You know, you can't tell someone, I'm going to charge you top dollar, but do a low end cleaning. It's not going to match up, and that's why a lot of these companies continue to always market, because they're losing business, so they have to keep new business coming in, and when and eventually sometimes they run out of business and they have to close the doors, or sometimes I've seen this is another tactic these companies do. They'll switch names. They'll change their business names. Once that one business name that they had builds up a bad reputation. You know, my business is like 85% repeats and referrals. So like tomorrow we got 4 jobs on the books, all repeats and referrals. And but yeah, so you know, it's so many ways, man, you can do it. So many ways you can learn this business. It just really just boils down to which way you're trying to go. What are you trying to do? You know, are you trying to be a commercial cleaner, residential? Are you trying to be a hot water extraction? You trying to be a low moisture cleaning, you know, bonnet cleaning? You know, you know, who's your ideal customer? That's another question that a lot of guys don't know. Who are you trying to service? When I hear guys say, oh, I want to work for everybody, guys, you can't work for everybody. When I hear guys say, I want it all, I want the low end customers and the high end customers, that tells me they have no clue what they're trying to do. They basically just trying to do anything that comes their way. Are you trying to be multi-truck? Are you trying to be owner operator? You know, it's a lot of different scenarios that come with it, you know, so it's like a whole conversation within itself. And again, this comes off of experience. If I can go back and do what start my business over 10 years ago and know what I know now, man, I would have saved myself 5 years of headache. So but again, it comes with experience, it comes with time, and that's why you got to put yourself around like-minded people you're trying to learn from, and you know, it's just going to make the process a whole lot easier. So oh, on my vacuums, well, the Shark has a vacuum. I usually just switch them out maybe like once a month. They're little cheap vacuum filters you can get off of Amazon, maybe once a month. So man, it's raining out here. It's a tornado warning. So well, guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hopefully this can help someone. I'm about to get in here and get my food for today. And next week is a busy week. Got the networking seminar on the 19th. I have the Shark. I type it so much. It's the NV501. Shark, N is in Nancy, V is in Victor, 501. That's the one that I have. What do you think about getting a position cleaning carpet at a university? How's the quality? I don't know anything about that, buddy. So private all-star, really don't know. What do you think about carpet cleaning methods, especially the CRB and micro sponge? Are they scam? Well, no, it's not a scam. To me, it depends on what you're using it for. I would use the CRB low moisture cleaning method in like a commercial setting, or if a carpet is like, you know, if I let's say, for example, if I clean a carpet today and the customer called me back 3 months later, I would probably use low moisture cleaning as an option. But low moisture cleaning should never be your primary cleaning in residential. It's just not going to remove as much soil as hot water extraction, and that's proved. That's not. I know a lot. I know some guys might see this and say, Courtney, you're wrong. No, I'll tell you like this. Don't listen to me. Just go to the carpet manufacturer's website, Shaw, Mohawk, Bellew, the people who make the carpet, and go on their website and see what they say how your carpet should be cleaned. Every one of those companies say the only way to not void your warranty, your carpets have to be hot water extracted, and most of them recommend a truck mount. So this is what the companies that make the carpet say. This is what they say, not what I say, not my opinion. This is a fact. So a lot of those companies don't even want machines that go like a 175, because it untangles the fiber. So a lot of these companies would say you avoid your warranty if your carpets are clean with a 175 device. That's why the CRB is such a great device, because it doesn't spin. It operates the opposite direction. So that's what makes it such a unique and great tool. But other than that, you know, just do your research. Just do your research. Don't take my word for it. Go to these companies' websites, see what they have to say. And, you know, but I just say, you know, when it comes to low moisture cleaning, CRB, encapsulation cleaning, I just think commercial settings, yes, it's good. Residential, depends on how much the carpets have been maintained, but to me, I would never use it as my primary cleaning. Always. That's why you only see me do it every now and then. So if I get to like a commercial job I can't reach, I'll do it, because it will give you some good cleaner results, but it won't be the greatest. And again, it depends on the conditions of the carpet. So that just comes from my experience and my expertise. So but yeah, guys, let me see. I'm so glad you got those. I appreciate that, James. All right, guys, have a great day. And I'll see you guys in my next YouTube video. Thanks for watching.